Thank you for today's sponsor, which is Norton Gaming, supporting the stream, supporting the games that we're normally playing, and just basically making life awesome for streamers. So let's start with that. Today I'm going to talk to you about their latest product, which is Norton 360 for gamers. This isn't the Norton that you're used to or probably had on your computers many years ago. They've created a product that was specifically designed for gamers and has everything you would need to keep you safer when you're playing online. And we're going to do this. So they're giving away 5 free year-long subscriptions to this. It's a subscription service. You can do it monthly or yearly. We're going to give away 5 of these codes that are worth a year of it. What that is it's a suite of protection tools. So it has a secure VPN, it has dark web monitoring, it has a password manager, and it has identity protection, I believe is the other one, I believe. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to give out codes to chat for anyone sharing interesting stories of cybercrime they've been a victim of. So I'm going to share my first story. This actually happened to me while streaming. It was super unpleasant. And actually, I would have been, if I had the software that I'm promoting right now, when this happened to me, it wouldn't have happened that way. So let me tell you a story about this. So a few years ago, I was streaming D&D, and I was streaming D&D over Skype. So we had a lot of fun with that, played with some friends, we're playing online, we're doing like a recurring like weekly session. And there was a Skype vulnerability that if you ever gave up your Skype name, they could find your IP through that in a Skype vulnerability that I wasn't aware of. And I had a hacker acquire my home IP. And they literally came to my Twitch channel and told me, I'm going to kick you off the internet. And I said, haha, bullshit. And then they kicked me off the internet and kept me off the internet for about 3 days. Anytime I'd log on, they would DDoS me and kick me off again. I called my ISP, asked my ISP for help. They basically told me there was nothing they could do. I got bounced around an endless series of help departments that never did anything. And basically, the only reason I actually managed to get back on that was figuring out a way around that on my own, and it was miserable. Yeah, as I said, my ISP was useless. If I'd had Norton Secure VPN back then, I would have been able to help shield my data and location from the cyber criminals, and I would literally not have had to have lost like a week of productivity as a streamer being held hostage by a random guy, because the VPN would have basically helped me. Exactly why it's part of the suite of what they're doing. So, if you guys have been hacked while gaming or been a victim of cybercrime, Norton Gaming wants to hear your story. Tell us what happened in chat, and I have 5 year-long codes to give to you guys for a free subscription to Norton Gaming 360. I'll give you guys some time to type it in chat. I'll tell you a couple more stories about this. So I fired up their dark web monitoring, which is the second thing, one of the second features of this, because I wanted to see how many of my password and name pairs are out on the internet. And I actually found a bunch. And mostly, it actually ties in nicely. So there was a bunch of my username password pairs and email password pairs out on the dark web. So I could literally look them up through this and be like, oh shit, that's compromised, that's compromised. I knew most of these, and I don't reuse passwords, or rather I don't regularly reuse passwords, because since then I've switched to a password manager, but they have a password manager in there, and password managers are awesome because you don't ever have to reuse a password. They'll auto-generate passwords for you, and the passwords can be ridiculous. They could be like 20-character passwords, like full of numbers, letters, and like underscores and stuff, special characters, I guess, and you don't ever have to reuse a password, but you don't have to remember them. So I really like password managers. Anyways, so that was super useful to me as well for that. I'm going to give one now, then we're going to play a game, then I'll give another one, I'll play a game, give another one, etc. So let's take a look what we got. How hard is it to set up password managers? It's really easy to set up password manager. This one's included in their software. In the past, these products have been riddled with bloatware and use more resources than the viruses they're supposed to protect against. How has that changed with the new suite? I'm currently running it. I've been trying their VPN stuff and been pretty happy with it. I had an issue with Discord, but it was kind of a minor issue with Discord where it was telling me Discord wants to activate your webcam. That's another thing that I like about this as a streamer. It tells me which sites, which apps are allowed to use my webcam and is pretty specific about restricting those, which is great. All right, so we're milling cards here. We're gonna cast this because we want to self-mill in this deck because we might get second and third graph speakers. All right, so let's get in for damage here. He didn't cast a spell, so we're not going to use the graveyard cast here. We'll cast another Grafkeeper because we just really want to rub it in right now. Do we though? Do we want another? Maybe we want the Angler out. Angler's lower value, cheaper to recast too. I guess we won't show him our third Grafkeeper quite yet. I mean, the Flyer's not bad and it's better use of our mana, but I like the ability to tap down a blocker here, and we're not guaranteed to get a 4th mana here. So, all right, guys, I'm going to say this game looks like we've started this hand really well, which is a rarity for me. You might want to get that next round of stories ready is all I'm getting at. So he can tap it so he can't block. He doesn't want to block anyways though. So Here, I'm either tempted to run the Cathar or possibly the Candle Trap here. Probably Cathar for tempo here. I'll take your guy. Let me know how you feel about that, opponent. It's your whole turn, though, and you haven't done anything yet. Okay. Could tap it. I like Candle Trapping. It can block. It dies if it blocks, though, which I'm fine with. So let's go ahead and Candle Trap and attack. And now we reveal our secret weapon. It's, in fact, another Graph Keeper. You worked in IT for 30 years. Nice. All right, he's got a blocker on the board. Tapping that and getting in for 6. Fair and balanced. I take 4. Is he going to get sweeper? Is it going to be a 5-mana sweeper? Oh, no. Okay, he's getting life. Double spell here is good, though. So we could flash in a creature. It doesn't really do anything. No extra mana here is kind of rough. So I could Candle Trap the 3/2 and then swing. And then what? Faithful Mending is not very exciting. Flashback is 3. So we can never double spell. We can never spell from graveyard unless we put something in graveyard first. No, it's going to give it Summoning Sickness. Oh, but I can tap it. Yeah, good call. We'll try that. This deck. I mean, seems fair. Seems fair. All right. 3 mana was really more than we need. I mean, we cast that 1 spell on 3 mana. Our next, I want to see the next round of stories. You guys have story submissions yet? Thanks, Norton Gaming. I'm going to stop at the line where Norton Gaming says, confirming that Norton cannot protect against Filthy's magic skills. Vitamin's story is super funny, and it's super funny that in addition that it happened to you, in addition to your mother screwing this up and needing help with this and getting her PC locked out, that she gave them your phone number. That's just absolutely hilarious. Yep. Let me know if you got it, Vitamin. I DM'd you on Twitch for the second key. Yep, that's a year free trial for the Norton stuff. Hopefully it helps you, man. or helps your mom, it sounds like. All right, I'm ready. Let's do it. See where this deck goes. Most positive thing you heard from me today is I'll fix it. Don't worry. I don't know if we should be playing this card or not. Anyway, let's give it a try. Opponent's mulliganing, good sign. We have both colored mana, a good sign. We didn't have to mulligan, a good sign. We have a Graph Keeper in our hand that builds our graveyard. Opponent's playing that card, also a good sign. Second Graph Keeper secured. All right, we hit a card with our own mill. It's amazing. That's cheating. I don't know what it does, but it's cheating. I do kind of know what it does at this point. Do we want to bin a plains? We need another attacker on the board. We could just eat this. It's not a very scary card. So we could just run out Cathar. If he wants to make it Nightfall, then we get a 3/3 first striker who pays 3 life to be dealt with, which seems fine to me. I think this is a Cathar play. The other play is basically Archivist and like just bin the plains, but we don't know if we need resources yet. So let's do this. Nice part about Beggar too is there's no ETB on the Beggar. So if the Beggar comes back, it's a 0/4. It's not going to ambush one of my creatures mid-combat. It's not going to give him some advantage. It's just not going to be very good for him. And he might have been setting this up for something. On all planes, it's unlikely. All right, 4 damage here. We could play out the Lord. Lord doesn't do anything here. We could bin the Graph Keeper to get more in there, which is okay as well. Not very mana efficient. With 4 mana here, we could do 2 and nothing else. It could be the 3/1 ambusher too. So maybe we attack first. And then if we want to, we can trade the ambusher for a creature. Kind of feel, oh, no ambusher. Okay, fine. All right, I'm going to play this play. It's the most power I can put out on the board. I don't mind getting a creature into the graveyard. He's only playing white cards right now. There is a white card that eats graveyard cards, but and on 5, but I think that's fine. All right, second blue source is nice. We don't have a 1 power creature. It probably how does this do? Okay. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creatures. Does that mean he doesn't lifelink off it? Probably does, right? I can still cast, I just can't. You just can't exile our card, so this is probably fine. Maybe it should have been the 1/2 so we can't draw, but I kind of want my 2/1 in the graveyard here, so. Okay. Yes, take another damage. Good work. Oh, I was supposed to Blessed Defiance that. Whoops. Small mistakes. Because I wanted the 1/1 so I could do the candle. Anyway. There's a whole line I was playing where I left 2 white mana open specifically for that and then forgot to cast the spell that I was planning on using by just clicking next like an idiot. I'm sure it won't be important to any part of this game. So we swing these 2. We can do 5 in the air, 6 if we play the Geist, but he can gain life off this. So it's not lethal. We could tap the 3/3 and swing all, which seems pretty nice, especially if I cast again like this. Doesn't have to be that way now with the amount of white mana we have here. All right, so we swing these 2. The plan is Blessed Defiance plus Graphkeeper this turn. Or possibly Revenge if it's a bunch of shit. That one has Ward. So we just swing like that. It's okay. Yes, I understand that 3 + 2 + 1 is 6, but you have to read the other cards on the board, which also give him life. I think we now go do we Blessed Defiance this, or I just bounce it? I kind of want him to eat the other thing. Do it. Eat it. Eat it, coward. Eat it. Chat, everyone, don't move. Don't spook him. Don't scare him. Just bully. Pure bully. Channel the bully. No good. Okay. I cast this one. Ooh, we could cast this one. This one is also, what is this on the flip side? 2/1. I like 3. What's his Artimac do? Just cosmetic. No, it's a mana rock that lets him switch day to night and gives him card draw and card selection and life gain when he switches it. It's quite a good artifact, honestly. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. All right. Bullied this guy out of the game. Let's finish up this sponsorship. So I've got one more of these codes to give away. I am now taking any good US-based story. It doesn't even have to be that good. If you have an experience with cyber crime and don't want to dox yourself and give convicting details, then please say something in chat, and I'm happy to gift you a year-long subscription to Norton 360, designed specifically for gamers, providing all sorts of cool features in addition to just virus protection, things like password managers, dark web monitoring, storage, multi-device protection, full year for free. It will auto sign you up for recurring subscription, but you can cancel that immediately while still retaining the effects of it. So no scam. Thank you again for my sponsor today, Norton Gaming. I had a wonderful time, which I did. And playing for all of you and knowing that my data is being protected, make sure to check out Norton 360 for gamers. That's !Norton in chat if you guys are interested. So you can set yourself up with the same protection that I've been gifted. You get a 2-week free trial just from using my code, which is auto-submitted when you basically go through the links in this channel. Anyways, cheers, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Thank you, Norton, for the sponsorship for this.